So I married a Japanese woman. She's absolutely awesome. Let me tell you a little story. For around 10 years, I was dating around in the West. A number of terrible relationships full of shit testing, shit talking, downright emotional abuse, really. My heart completely shut. I just couldn't open up to anyone anymore. Then I went to Japan, and within 3 months, I met my wife. She was just so caring, so supportive. She genuinely wished for me to feel happy. She was the one who finally managed to unlock my heart. I fell for her. I don't wonder at all why #passport bros exist.
And that's the thing. Passport Bros is a monumental movement, and it actually fulfills most of men's needs straight away. And this is just an option for you guys. And a lot of you guys in the comment section, you guys have always been Passport Bros, or you're already planning to do something, or you have plans in the future. Like, they can shame this all they want, they can downplay it, but it's nothing but a bunch of Jiffy Pop bag heads that just keep on popping with, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry's kids that don't claim the kids or the woman, and they're sitting around, you know, miserable sacks of crap, and Passport Bros are still winning regardless.
When you pay attention to the Passport Bros, like, they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need the
Who remembers this girl, like, from this viral clip from 2 years ago, talking about the Passport Bros, throwing shade on them, saying that they're going to third world countries? How many of you guys want to bet that she's still single and she's racked up more bodies on her body count? These women like this, like, they get left out in the dating market, while the guy in the first clip, this girl in this clip, she would never give that guy a chance. But that guy actually got fulfillment in what he wanted his way, while she's still in the street and most likely out on the market, you know, still being offered dudes meats and nothing else.
These are the same men that you said you didn't want, didn't need, and they are broke. I'm gonna be honest, going overseas to travel frequently and live does not equate to broke. But then again, this just simply speaks to the delusion and hypocrisy of women. These men have been very clear in their message. They've said time and time again they wanted wives, someone they can build with, start their family with, someone they can create a legacy with. What y'all heard was they wanted someone that they can control. Y'all minimize being a wife simply down to being a slave, even so much as telling those other women overseas that they're uneducated and practicing sex tourism. And in turn, a lot of y'all have took your degree and traded it in for an OnlyFans profile. Nobody said anything when women were going to Dubai. We know why you were going. Nobody said anything when women were flying state to state getting flued out. We know what you were doing. Nobody said anything when Nigerian and Jamaican men needed green cards and y'all started falsifying marriage documents so you could drive your Range Rover with your red bottoms. Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all wanted the option to go back to these men after the man that you really wanted was done dragging you through the mud.
And right after Tyrone and Chad dissed her, she was out of her league, she figured it out. What did she do? She started targeting men that were happy overseas, aka the Passport Bros. And a lot of women, they took on this dark nature, this dark art of the sisterhood, and they came and they tried to, you know, dismantle it. They tried to make shows about it, called 90 Day Fiance.
I'm done.
And it didn't work. Dudes went over there for themselves. They saw the glory, and you still can't stop them. This is why this is the most influential movement that cannot be stopped, because there are so many different options for men when they leave the United States. And if they want to get a chick here, they can. It's just not going to be you. And I think that's the thing. Women love misery, and misery loves company.
Average attractive male on Tinder gets swiped less than 1% of the time. And there's 3 men on Tinder for every 1 woman. So you've distilled it, you've taken out one of the key components of mating dynamics, and that is vibe, humor, body language, pheromones, the ability to be, quite frankly, a little bit persistent in the pursuit of a romantic relationship. We have no third places anymore, no places to meet. People aren't going to bars, they aren't sports league, they aren't going to church, they aren't even going to work. So it gets distilled down to very 1 or 2 dimensional attributes. And the reality is women are much choosier than men, and they can apply those screens, and they allocate all of their attention to a small number of men that results in just essentially at the end of the day, a lack of opportunities. Chris Williamson.
A lack of opportunities for guys that aren't the ones that their women are going for. They're going for guys, and they're smashing and sharing those guys with these guys that are in the top, 10% of men. women are going after them, and what's happening, which he's probably not even going to mention, this reads American Young Men in Crisis, is that the women are also in crisis because the women are going after this archetype of man that is delusional, you know what I'm saying, by their own standards. They don't understand this and they just want it, but they also inhabit this problem and they don't have a mate. That guy that they're going for, he's probably going to end up not even with that woman, but she's probably just going to be on the list of girls that top them off. So like, that's the thing. But these guys have been out of the dating market for so long, I don't expect them to understand any of this, like what's going on, because this is a new phenomenon, probably even to them.
Chris Williams summarized it perfectly. He called it the high heels effect. In the last 40 years, more women have graduated from college than men, and they're not interested in mating with non-college grads. They now own more homes, single women, than single men. So what you have is women say they won't date anyone shorter than them, 50% of them. Effectively, what you have metaphorically over the last 40 years is women have been getting taller and taller, and men have been getting shorter and shorter. How many of us have said, I know a ton of great single women, they can't find a date? That's not true. They can't find a date. They can't find a man they find economically or emotionally viable.
Seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, you know, a man who...
Dating down.
Really?
Who wrote that?
I mean, I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled.
Dating
This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job. Really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
Women love the not the probability, but they love the possibility instead of the probability. And that is the problem. That's why so many women stay perpetually single, and you could just tell she's not certain. Even her saying probably, she knows that it's a possibility, that it's not probable. And that is the thing. A lot of women that are educated, make money, boss babes, they realize this when they're pursuing, you know, these masculine accolades, these goals that men are not attracted to. So when they get to the end of the finish line, they're expecting that guy to be right there, but he's not attracted to your masculine accolades, and you've wasted your best years instead of getting the man and the kids early in your life and then pursuing this career or whatever venture from home while you take care of your child. That would have been a better bet. But man, even women that have a lot of money, they just don't have a lot of time.
So, okay.
Go ahead, Love Doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, you know, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one, right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
In this case, we wanted to see if anyone would pick 5'3" Rob. When Andrea told us women like doctors, we gave him an MD. Their choice?
Andrew. I would say Matt, I think.
No, Rob. We piled on some more assets. We said besides being a doctor, he was also a best-selling author and champion skier who just built his own ski house.
Does that affect your choices? He's still short.
Then we gave Rob a promotion. We made him chief of staff at a prestigious hospital.
Who would you pick, Kim?
Andrew's probably the closest to who I'd pick. I'd pick Matt. Jeffrey, the pilot.
What would it take? Now we said Rob was also a gourmet cook who loves children.
Oh, definitely. I would take him in a minute then. Height, no problem. I wouldn't, because I would think I don't want short little kids.
This was definitely filmed late 80s, early 90s, but it's still prevalent today. Women still will choose the taller guy. They still go after guys for their height. It's embedded in them for millennia. It's just an attraction trigger. So, like, check out the superficial nature of women even back then and think about it now. Now think about going overseas and having an option that women don't have and an advantage that you have as a man going overseas to a place like the Philippines. Check out the requirements.
How much money do you need to earn to be considered rich here in the Philippines?
150,000 income every month. You would be able to maintain a car and to have a nice home, to be able to have this rich lifestyle.
I'm praying for an African man that want to come over here and be my husband. I help you get your green card, your visa. I got food stamps. I got child support. I take care of you. You come over here, be a father to my daughters, carnation, cremation, cash happy, and my other kids. I'm just here. I'm looking for a man, or you could be an American man as well. But come over here. I buy you a car.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
I'm in Colombia sipping coladas. Bad chick wearing my Pradas, taking her shoes off right at the door. She asking me to pass her the ganja. We ain't in Kingston, naturally feminine after we smoke. I got a lead, can't pack her to Jimmy, won't go off the deep. And after I hit it, she cooking and cleaning. Like damn, this right here, it feel right. Everything is screwed up, back in the States, has me risking my life. Fuck that bullshit, all it take is a flight. To a hater, it's a left and a right. And the baddie's already polite. You ain't got a dog in this fight. A cat or maybe a plant. The wallers come to collect. While I got models breaking their necks. In the US, you can only get sex. The foreigners feeding my dopamine. I'm never gonna fall for no scopamine. I don't know you, why would I kiss? Modern woman want the benefits. Pumping iron, lift my dopamine. Don't worry about Cardi B doping me. Board a jet, fuck the tunnel vision. Flex options and we keep winning.